Alright, everyone, hello and good evening and welcome to my next session of Lost Judgment. I hope you guys are ready for 2 hours of fun. Again, tonight I'm going to mostly focus in on the story, being that for a very lengthy amount of time I didn't focus on the story. We were doing so much side content. Last time, a couple days ago, we did mostly story. It was really fun. I want to do more of that tonight, but before we leave for a while, I just want to confirm, so we have a little bit of the skateboarding to do. I don't feel like doing that right now. I don't have the tickets to do the VR missions regardless, even if I wanted to do them. There's the boxing gym. I'm not interested in doing that right now. And then, okay, the one side mission, which is a case, an actual case that's supposed to be like a side investigation you're doing for the company here, whatever they're called. I can't remember what your friends named their company here in this part of town. You're looking for the game creator who disappeared. It's supposed to be a parody or maybe even homage to Hideo Kojima. And that's funny, but I don't feel like doing that now either. Like I said, I really want to advance the plot tonight. I think we're going to drive over to Kamurocho, which we've been waiting to do for a while. Go back to Kamurocho and advance that plot and go from there. So, Kamurocho, here we go. Shout out to Dripster866, who just tipped me $22 and says, Lord Burnell, our savior. I don't know where you get this kind of stuff, but thank you, Dripster. They're back.
What's up, Kaito-san? Something wrong?
Call me crazy, but doesn't the city seem noisier to you?
Noisier?
The hell? Kaito senses tingling or something?
He's Kaito Man.
Maybe they are. Well, no point trying to explain shit that doesn't make sense.
Anyway, I need to go talk to Sari-san before the interview.
That's right, they're going to interview Hara at the prison. Real critical story point.
Let's hit it.
So the boys are back in town, and everyone better look out because these shit kickers are about to hit the streets and whoop some fucking ass, so better stay out of their way. Alright, we're back. Everyone turn around. Oh shit, it's them! Get the fuck out of here! Everywhere they go, there's a fight. Come on, everyone. They wrecked my fucking shop. My takoyaki stand got wrecked when he was there, man. Alright. So Bruce Wayne has tipped me $1.50. Says, I caught the tail end of your Monkey Ball stream. That's some great stuff. Yes, and you know, it's very difficult, that game, but I am persevering. Thank God I made good progress last night. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow night and hoping to keep that progress going. Clay says that I used to do weightlifting. I heard you mention something about being buff a few days ago. In the early 2000s, when I was in my early 20s, yes, I used to weightlift pretty heavily for about a year. I gained, I'm not even kidding, probably about 20, 25 pounds of muscle mass on my body because I was actually very skinny up to then. And then I kind of got a little chubby in college, so when I came home from college, I started weightlifting to kind of turn it into muscle. And I was pretty big at one time, but that didn't last very long. And that's about it.
Hold on a minute, Tom.
It's been a long time.
What?
I'm noticing a lot more punks scurrying around than normal. Something's up.
Punks? I didn't even see
Really?
any punks.
Huh. Maybe so.
Those guys? Bunch of nerds. Look at this guy.
Hey, don't I know you too? You're detectives around here, ain't you?
Yeah, so what?
You ever seen this guy before? A few years ago, he was the manager at some girls' bar
Who
nearby.
the fuck is that? Haven't seen this guy around, or maybe I haven't, I just forgot. Yeah, doesn't remind me of anything from previous games or anything.
You really need all these meatheads just to find one dude? Must be one slippery eel.
Damn right he is. Now, do you know him or not?
I'm thinking. Out of curiosity, what's a guy doing running a girls' bar?
I don't think he actually ran the floor or anything. All I care about is him up and vanishing out of nowhere.
Vanished.
So he's a missing person? Since when?
5 years ago.
I mean, disappearing from Kamurocho isn't that uncommon. 5 years? What do you really expect to find?
Your guy have a name? And who gave the order to find him?
Trying to be cute? We're the ones asking the questions here. Don't fuck with us.
Who's fucking with who, asshole? You want to ask questions, you're gonna have to ask nice.
Nice or not, information has a price. It's our bread and butter, so we don't give handouts.
How about I butter your brains on the sidewalk?
Who is this guy?
Straight to throwing punches, huh? Even the Yakuza treated people better than that.
Fuck off!
Yeah, well, look out, this guy's the Lord of the Rings. He's got a ring on a chain, and he's wearing rings on his hands. He's like rings everywhere. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There we go, that's what I want. Oh, you fucking piece of shit! He knocked me on my ass. I just started. Come on, I'm trying to switch to the right fucking style. You gotta be dick. Now suck on my... There you go, suck it. Suck the gum off the bottom. Yeah, you guys saw that. You saw that shit. Now get whooped. Oh, it's time. Oh, it's time, baby. It's time for your ass whooping. How about you? With some fancy flippy kick. Oh, yeah. Fancy flippy kick of legends. Oh, how do you like that? Oh, you wanted to kick me? Oh. Down and out, bitch. Oh, you saw that. Now you're free. Yes. Oh, no, I broke the store. I actually didn't mean to break the store. I feel bad. That was like a big mistake. How about some tiger style? Oh, punch your face. Oh, take that, bitch. Oh, a road cone salad. Well, I threw it and killed it. Oh, here we go. Oh, I knocked him into the store. I went right now. Oh my god, my own Kaido hit me. Yo, Kaido punched me so hard. I flopped on my own face. Oh my god, dude.
Hey, what's up? That all you guys got?
Jesus.
Kamurocho used to be tough. Look at these punks.
Who's this guy with the peach fuzz beard?
Kaito-san.
Huh? It's Akutsu. First name Daimyo.
You know him?
Former Tojo clan guy, ex-Yakuza.
Ex-Yakuza? Well, if you say so.
Yagami Detective Agency. Maybe I ought to just hire you guys for this. We're looking for a guy. You heard, didn't you?
Arcade officer? What's arcade?
This guy you're after. He was some kind of girls' bar manager here in town. I take it this manhunt is your idea?
Nah. Soma's taking point on this one. Came from one of his connections. There's gonna be a big pile of cash in it for whoever finds him. Practically all of Kamurocho's in on this race.
And Soma is?
He's the one in charge of the RK gang. Of course, he's former Tojo clan too. First name Kazuki.
That's crazy. Did the whole Tojo clan join this thing?
They just switched it
Kaito
over.
would know all about all the bullshit rules it takes to keep the Yakuza running. They'll take their cut from you and call it the honorable thing to do in the same damn breath. Right, Kaito? In this new age, wouldn't you be better off joining us?
You guys are too small time to pull that shit on me.
You know what else, though? In the Yakuza, if your boys went down, it was on you to get revenge for them. I don't give two shits about that these days. I would say, if there's someone disrespecting you, you might as well go get the jump on them. I would walk right up and stick them in the gut. You wouldn't even see it coming, detective. Yeah? So don't go disrespecting me. There won't be a warning next time.
Okay. Akutsu, you said? Did he get very far in the Tojo clan?
Nah. He may have had the potential, but he never got to make anything of it. The whole thing came crashing down before he got his time in the sun. Soma's the same way, actually. They both tried to climb up the Yakuza ranks, but then the families disbanded. And by the time that happened, all the pawns were cleared off the board. So, now they're ex-Yakuza in the wind. And along comes this gang without all the rules and systems they were dealing with. You end up with RK, a network of thugs.
RK? What does the acronym stand for?
Who the hell knows? After the Yakuza, I guess they wanted to sound more Western.
If they think they can replace the Tojo clan, those are pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they've been discriminating. Civilian punks who want quick cash are easy recruits. RK's happy to scoop them up. Next thing you know, you've got an asshole army.
That's unfortunate, but speaking of the Tojo clan, have you talked to Higashi lately?
Yeah. As far as ex-Tojo clan guys go, he's one of the good ones.
Oh, the guy was at the
The
arcade
family
for
left
the
him
entire
in
last
charge
game.
of that arcade, and now that they're gone, he's basically the owner.
Huh.
I heard he even gave some of the younger family guys jobs. If you get a chance, you ought to show up there every once in a while.
Nah, Higashi. I am the last person in the world that guy wants to see.
Funny. I guess he'll be in it. He'll be in the game. I think a super chat came in during that. Yeah, Dripster did a super chat, so we need the band hammers. What happened? We got multiple mods here tonight who should be able to help out, both Swaggins and Chewy. So hopefully, if anything's going wrong, they can help out. In particular, that fucking asshole, right? That guy who keeps fucking showing up with the multiple names. I hope he doesn't show up tonight. He's an idiot. Comes in with like 20 names a night, saying dumb shit just to get banned 20 times, and he comes back the next day. It's no fucking life. Oh, hello, Derek. Good evening. Good to see you here. Okay. So where are we headed? That's a good question. Let's see. Where are we right now? We're here. We zoom out. Looks like our main objective is to head back to Genda Law Office because we're going to go interview Hara at the police station, right? Well, actually, no, probably at the prison. They're probably not keeping him at the police station. They're probably got him at the prison. Okay, let's do that. Don't see anything else on the map anyway, so we're all good. Doesn't look like you'll skateboard when you're with Kaito. Likely Kaito will not skateboard along with you. So you have to go on foot. I guess that kind of makes sense. Kamurocho Theater. It's a movie theater? Looks like it. I'm going to assume that a lot of the stuff in the previous game are in this, with maybe a few things twisted new. I'm not sure. Some of the food stuff. Is there a hot dog place coming up? Yeah! New York hot dog's still there, the hot dog stand. Look at that. Oh god, they're chasing me, aren't they? Alright, fine. Fucking. Oh, he got axe kick when he interrupted it. Oh, he dodged. Wow, this guy's a dick. He dodged all my finishes. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. Kaito picked him up. What? Oh, Kaito again? He did it? Come on, Kaito. He's knocking me down. I'm a fucking jerk. Jesus, Kaito. This guy dodges all my throw attacks. Except this. Nice kick to the back of the head. That was a good one. What was for dinner at Big Slamu? We had Japanese-style beef bowl. This is absolutely delicious. Beef bowl with fried egg. It's got all kinds of stuff. Mirin, sake, all kinds of seasonings. It's over a bed of white rice. Jasmine rice. It's so good. Absolutely delicious. One of my favorite meals. Do I prefer Kamurocho or Jincho? I honestly don't know yet. I like it. Jincho's nice. There's a lot to do there. Kamurocho's kind of the classic that's been in Yakuza for 20 years. It's kind of like, do you like classic or do you like the more modernized, right? Like, do you like new coat or do you like old coat? Spinning back fist of legend, grab and toss and slam. Grab him. Oh, he went to kick me and missed completely. Grab and whoa, this guy was flying. Yo, this guy worded up. Oh, I tried to do the dodge, it didn't work. You're supposed to hold LB, I think, then press A to dodge. It's not A. I thought it was A to dodge. Yeah, it didn't seem to work there. Now I have no health at all. Is there a restaurant nearby?
What a waste.
Shit, there's a restaurant over here. I gotta run and get to the restaurant and eat. Another gang of assholes shows up. Here we go. What do you guys have? What kind of place is this? This is, ooh, a Japanese steakhouse. Tenderloin steak, a tender filet light on fat and oil, delicious red meat incites your inner hunger. Oh, yes. The ribeye. A fine ribeye steak with a good ratio of fat to red meat, juicy, tender, and very satisfying. The sirloin, the king of steaks, a hefty sirloin, boosts the perfect balance of tough and tender. Vikes did super chat. He says, if I play for Entitled Goose Game, will you play it? If you mean Untitled Goose Game, I played it. I did a full playthrough of it, man. Yeah, I think it was when it was a new release on the Xbox One. Was it the Xbox One? Or was it the Switch I played it on? I can't remember, but Vikes, I already played it. You can watch a full playthrough right here on DSPGaming. Search for it right now. You can pop it up here. It was quite a good playthrough, by the way. Phil Smells. To me, $1.50. So when you were working for the helicopter company, were you allowed to have facial hair? I was wondering because you always clean shaven in your old videos. The way it was is that, yes, you could have facial hair. You could grow it however you wanted as long as it was well kept. Obviously, if you use like a bum, they would yell at you. So during that time, I would either completely shave it a few times a week, or I would actually, at one point, I was growing like a trim beard, but then I got rid of it relatively quickly because it was kind of a pain in the ass to maintain. Mostly back then, I just kept shaved right off. It wasn't until I lost that office job and got laid off in 2010 that I actually started growing out the beard and grew the goatee. But that's been, 11 years ago now, so. Ooh, a wild steak. Then the hamburger steak, which is literally ground hamburger meat. The tenderloin is the most expensive one, and that's going to fill my health completely. But, oh shit. But I want the one that's going to give me bonuses. And these two give me bonuses. See that? So I'll buy the sirloin. A delicious sirloin. Yummy.
Starving. Now we're talking.
And also, you might find some extra treasure around town. Sounds good. Hello, Jade. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Derek, no, I've not had the New York brand hot dog.
Thanks.
I believe that's probably just one that's not in America. It seems like it's probably something that would be in Asia. That's why it would be called New York hot dog like that, I would think, right? Zabungle says, have I ever had Wagyu beef? I don't think I did. I think when I went to that insanely good steakhouse, very, very expensive in Chicago, I'm pretty sure that was Kobe beef. I don't think that was Wagyu beef. Maybe it was Wagyu beef. It was either Kobe or Wagyu. I don't know which it was, but that's why it was so ridiculously expensive. Okay. Derek says, the first videos you did after you were laid off from your office job were called Super Street Fighter 4 Unemployment Madness. Only you would remember that, Derek. Holy crap. Unemployment Madness.
Oh, sorry-san. Yagami-san made it.
Sorry for the wait. I ran into some typical nonsense. We good to go?
I've been good to go for a while. Hara's waiting, and so are the answers. First thing we'll want to try to get is how involved he was in Mikoshiba's murder.
From the way it's been so far, I doubt he'll be eager to tell you.
If he won't open up, we'll have to play the trump card. Yagami-san. Hara won't know what hit him.
I don't mind being the ace in the hole.
Are you and your ego ready then, Yagami-san?
Are you and your ego ready?
Well,
Zabungle,
this ain't my department.
hold on. Zabungle says, Japanese hamburger steak, like we just saw on that menu, is so much better than just the average hamburger. It has onions and lots of good spices and comes with a gravy like Salisbury steak, but better. That sounds fucking good. Salisbury steak is pretty good. I'm not talking like, oh, Salisbury steak TV dinner. I mean like a real Salisbury steak.
Fill me
is
in back at
pretty
the
good.
office, okay? I might even tidy the place up a bit if you're lucky. Lots of open bottles to polish off.
Okay. Jared, we're gonna have to. Remember in the first game, you had to like bribe her with like food. You waited in line, got her like this really expensive food, and gave it to her. But then didn't someone eat it on her or something? Someone ate her food, and wasn't it? Wait a minute, it wasn't the guy who was the head of Genda who ate it. He ate the food because the power went out, and he was afraid it was gonna go bad, so he ate the food. That was, I think, a mystery in the first game. Okay, wait, what's going on? We're walking, right? What is she doing? What the fuck? What is she doing? That was actually very creepy. She walked into the fucking wall. Are we just going to a taxi? I think we're just going to a taxi, right? Yeah, go to the Tokyo Detention Center via taxi. So she's walking into the goddamn wall. Get out of my way! I can fucking get to the taxi. Jesus, you fucking idiot shoots. You stupid fucking white collar fuckers. Get out of here. Jeez. Man walking here trying to get somewhere. Fuck you. Alright, let's go. Tokyo Detention Center. Here we are. Chicken Man noted we did not have meatball grinders for dinner. I don't know where you heard that.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
I thought you'd lost already. So, what more could my lawyers want from me here?
Well, normally I would say the same. However, a corpse turned up as you said it would. It turns out you have a penchant for prophecy, Hara-san.
Prophecy, huh? Kinda dramatic.
Okay. Curry? You had curry and amazing soup broth with vegetables. Derek, you're making me jealous.
No Hoshino
Stop
today?
that.
Did you fire the poor guy?
Yagami's my name, sir. In a past life, I used to work with Kenda and Saori-san. But today, I'm at Serio High School in a contract advisory role for one of their clubs.
Serio High School?
It's the same school Toshiro-kun went to 4 years ago. You'd know it.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be out there working a separate case. But that was when Shirosake-sensei called, and so that's why I'm here.
Well, well. Okay. Why are you here then?
That'd be obvious at this point, I'd think. As you know, Mikoshiba turned up as you said. His body was found in a warehouse. The question is, why did you know that well enough to proclaim it in court?
You might say it was a miracle. I wished hard enough for it to come true, and suddenly it did.
Sure.
Care to tell us why you'd wish for a miracle like that?
Do you really need me to explain why?
Mikoshiba. You blame him for Toshiro-kun's death, don't you?
I do.
Even though when you took the school to court, no evidence turned up. A third-party investigation found no bullying occurred, didn't it?
At school, Mikoshiba tortured my son. He would beat him up, and then he'd demand all his money. That damn kid was a star student with high grades. My son's own class wouldn't stand up to him. To avoid being beaten, Toshiro used to. He'd steal money from me or his mother to make sure he could pay Mikoshiba off.
Hara-san, you seem to know a lot about what happened to your son. Do you have any proof?
Would I have lost if I did? That school can rot in hell for all I care. Speaking of, you know what I'm convicted for. It was being a pervert. I admit to everything. I groped a businesswoman's ass in plain sight on a full train. There's no way I'm fighting for an appeal. So as for my defense, I'm in no need of lawyers anymore.
Hara-san, just a second.
Why would I give you that?
Yagami-san.
Hiro Mikoshiba died in a lot of pain. His final moments were truly horrific. The last thing he felt must have been fear. After slitting his throat, his body was left to rot.
Doesn't that sound great?
My gut tells me Hara's guilty for sure. There's no doubt he's connected to Mikoshiba's murder. I need to hold his attention and convince him to stay. Gotta make him understand I have more info than the police do. The picture. Oh, God. I would argue... This is what the police don't have, this picture. Yep.
Take a look at this.
Oh, Mikoshiba. Looks like he's seen better days. Where'd you get the photo?
From a teacher at Serio High. But where she got it is the interesting part. A strange woman gave it to her, said to stay away from the Mikoshiba case. You remember Sawa-sensei, yes? She transferred to Serio 4 years ago, not long before your son passed away.
Yeah, not a face I'd soon forget. She told the whole court he was never bullied.
True. She did say that.
And it's not just her I detest. The administrators, the lawyers. It felt like choking the life right out of them. But if anyone needed to pay, it was Mikoshiba. He got what he deserved. It's nothing short of insane that they were just gonna let him get a teaching credential. It all comes back to a flawed and broken system of laws that has no business calling itself justice.
Then it was you, wasn't it? You orchestrated every aspect of how Mikoshiba would die. But you didn't act alone. Who were the people behind it? How'd you convince them to kill a man?
That's a good one. You, my friend, are way off.
Well, you suck, Yagami. That was a complete waste of our time. You idiot. He blew it. You blew it! Come on, Yagami. You can do better than that, man. Oh.
The way that interview went, Hara's definitely guilty. But if we can't connect him to the murderers, we're left with no leads to follow.
Yeah. Kept that secret on lockdown, no matter what I asked. What could possibly link Hara to those men? Damn it! And I was so close, too. To think they're still somewhere in Ijincho. I need to find them before the trail goes cold.
So you're heading back to Yokohama?
Not tonight. Kaito's waiting for me in the office. I'll be in town for now.
Okay. If anything changes, I'll contact one of you.
That was a complete waste of time. Okay. Alright, so. Do you think there's anything... Oh. Well, there is the Chaos of the Masked Rider. A bunch of question marks. So we don't know what that one is yet. It looks like that's about it. So we have the two different side quests to do. One of them is the one that we actually have an open case for, and one of them we don't know what it is at all. Maybe I'll go check that out quickly, since it seems like this is the first opportunity we've had to even do these. Small screw, of course. I was picking that up. Chance I get, I'll scarf down a hamburger steak. Pick up some small screws. That's what it's all about. Great. Broke everything. Spin and slam. That guy just fell. See that? I didn't do that. He just fell down. Let's play fight. This is the boxing style, but I don't think I've unlocked anything for it yet. Yeah, see, I don't have anything yet. Just a bunch of punches. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to do the boxing school side mission structure. When you do that, you earn a bunch of punches for that style, but I don't have anything yet. It's just like a bunch of little jabs and stuff. So, King Gogan, yeah, you're welcome. I didn't know that you had actually been outright banned anyway. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just timed you out for doing that anyway. But, no problem. I said, give me the goddamn money. Move it, huh? Everyone's here. Everyone's here's a big commotion. Look. I don't have the code to open the register. I'm a part-timer. It feels like they're getting held up. I don't give a shit what you are. Open it or you're dead. Is that a robbery? Yeah, it sounds like it. And cut. That's the last shot for the day. Thank you, everyone. Oh, it's someone's filming. Tomorrow morning, we pick things up back at the studio. Extras, you'll be getting an email from us soon. Thanks again. Aw, man, they were shooting Office Alone 4 here. Wish I could have snuck in among the extras. According to chatter, they're shooting a robbery scene at another location, too. Are movies with robberies that popular? Oh, it's for a movie. Well, I guess I was worried for a second there. Guess I should beat it. I don't want to get in the way of a cleanup. Alright. Okay. Oh, that's right. I used to use the You Blew It clip back in the day. When I first actually started doing, like, direct feed stuff, I did a You Blew It clip all the time. A long time ago, though. Why haven't I ever been to Japan? Can't afford it, man. Can't afford going to Japan. You know how expensive it is to go over there? Super expensive. Just a plane alone, and then everything over there is insanely expensive and crammed in. And I would like to go to tourism someday, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford it. Wait, is this where... I think this is where we're going. This is where the side mission is. Is there an... Okay, it's not this floor. It's gotta be one of these floors. Aha! So let's see what this is. This is Kazuto Jumonji's office, so maybe it's him. Might you be Yagami-san?
Yep.
Well, yes, Takayuki Yagami, and you must be... Shh. Please, just call me Okazaki while we're out here. You never know who might be listening. Very true. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Aruto Okazaki. That's my real name, in fact. So this is the face of the masked writer. He's younger than I thought. Well then, Yagami-san, before we enter my workspace, I want you to promise me something. You won't tell anyone what you're about to see. What I'm about to see? Very well. My lips are sealed. He's gonna go in there. It's a bunch of orangutans writing the books. Watch. It's a monkey. The masked writer is a monkey, and he just has like a big chalkboard with ideas, and he just throws bananas and hits things on the chalkboard, and then they write it, and that's how they make their books. This way, please. Whoa, what is this? This is the true identity of Kazuto Jumonji. Huh? I'm not sure I understand. All the works of Kazuto Jumonji are written by 10 of us. Oh, they're a groupthink initiative. I've heard of this before. That basically a company or like something creative is actually a group of people working together, but they act like they're only one person. And it's done for different reasons. I've heard for legal reasons sometimes it can be done. And I've heard sometimes that people think that they can actually get more notability or more business if someone thinks it's just one person working on something, when in reality it's pretty impossible that one person could be doing something. I've heard about this before. I'm pretty sure they call it a group. Is it a group think? There's a thought sync. There's a name for this. That it's a group of people working together pretending to be one. But I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure someone will look it up on the internet now. In other words, Kazuto Jumonji isn't one person. He's a group of authors. Huh? A whole group? The chaos of the masked writer. Okay. So that's how you write books in so many different genres and such an impossible pace. That's what it's called. The think tank. That's what it's called. Yeah. It's basically people who are all throwing their ideas into this one central product. But then they pass it off like it's one person doing it. It's all due to the efficiency of 10 talented authors of different personalities all writing at the very same time.
I see.
Pretty neat trick. Oh, so this is the detective? A Kamurocho detective at that. I bet he has a lot of good stories. Yeah, these people all look completely different. Look at them. Curious. Piece of a seat, Yagami-san. Allow me to explain our request. That guy looks more preppy. He's got like the blazer. That just looks like a normal girl. The other guy had like a weird hat. And, you know, they all look like they're completely different people from different walks of life, all writing different stories. This is a real surprise. So many people all writing as one. Yeah, I don't know if other groups like us, that's for sure. But truth be told, each one of us is a failed author. I mean, we all had a publishing debut, but never any success after that. Each of us nearly gave up our pens for good. But then how did you come to work together? How else? Through social media. I launched an online community and ended up attracting a bunch of failed authors. Through our exchanges, we came up with the idea of a joint authorship, so we tried it and it worked. It's kind of funny, because isn't it true that, like, really, when it comes to this kind of a deal, only really, like, writing does it work. For some reason, you know what they call it? Pen names? Like, someone will have a pen name, but come to find out, that's totally not the person who wrote the book. And it's funny how this is like a common practice only when it comes to writing, right? Like other things, people would be, oh, I'm so offended that someone said it was this person, but it was this person who really did it. But when it comes to like authorship, apparently this is a common thing, using pseudonyms or pen names or to fool you to think that it's someone writing it when it's really not, it's somebody else. By the way, you might even realize this, but Sesame Street, the television show, has been written by Rob Zombie for the last 25 years. Pretty remarkable. Anyway, Solid did a $5 super chat and says, thanks for the stream. It's been a rough week, but this late stream is a pleasant surprise. You're welcome, Solid. Thank you for doing me a solid and contributing with that super chat. I really appreciate it. Okay. Continue.
I see.
That's interesting, and I hear your first ever was a smash hit. Yes, it was a masterpiece that none of us could have written on our own. It exists only because the 10 of us work together. Some of us come up with clever twists, some of us are good at dialogue, and some of us are awesome at building plot. Now, you see, here's the thing, like, I could maybe see some people being upset at this, and here's why. I'll give you an example. When I started on YouTube 13 plus years ago, I went into it as an independent guy, and everyone knew up front, Phil is just a guy doing it alone. He has no budget, no one filming for him, no one editing for him. Everything that Phil does is Phil's own work coming through, okay? And I presented myself like that. I told you guys as much. I said, it's just me. I'm a one-man show, That's the deal. And I haven't really changed that in the 13 plus years. There's been a couple exceptions of co-op that I did with people. And of course, Project 7, which was that show, 9 effing years ago, where it was other people who were filming and editing it. But outside of that, everything has been 100% Phil, you see? But what if all of a sudden you were to find out that I didn't do any of it? I was just an actor in front of the camera, and everything I ever put out and I produced was actually just a calculated work, right? Because the thing is, a lot of shit is like that. A lot of stuff is actually like that, and you don't realize it. You think, oh, that's just a popular content creator. Do you really think the top content creators edit their own shit? Do you really think they even write their own stuff? They're rich. They fucking pay people to do all the work for them. And then they put themselves in front of a camera to dick around, but a lot of that stuff is pre-done, And people don't realize that. They think, oh, I'm watching a genuine guy here on the stream doing it. No, it's all fucking pre-done, man. But that's what I mean. Like, would people still feel the same about maybe their favorite content creator or whatever, or even internet personality, if they come to find out that that's actually a scripted work, or that's the work of 20, 30 people working together to put that product together, instead of just that one guy being honest and streaming himself, right? I wonder. Because I've always presented myself as a one-man show, but I also look how shitty everything is. Look, it's little grassroots decoration. There's no production value. I don't live in a studio. I don't have people behind the camera filming me in fucking 4K and editing all my shit for me and putting makeup on my face before I go live and shit. I don't have a fucking manager that does my PR. All this is me, you know what I mean? But that's very different than what a lot of people do. And I'm curious, like this here, right? So what if you bought a book and you thought the book was from, I don't know, George Jones. Oh, George Jones, he's a small town guy who comes from Minnesota. I love all George Jones's books. What if you buy 10 of his books, you're a super fan, then come to find out George Jones is actually a think tank of authors, and the person doesn't really exist? Would you feel offended? That oh man, I was lied to. For 10 years I read this guy's books and put all this money into his stuff, and come to find out that actually he's just not real, right? How would you feel? I'm curious how people would feel. Like, would you just not care? Would you be like, oh, the books were so good, that's all I care about? Or would you actually be offended and be like, I was misrepresented, I was lied to all these years, and now I feel like I want my time and money back? I'm curious. I think some people wouldn't care, but I think some people might. Okay. All right, anyway, here we go. So let's see here. Some of us come up with clever twists. I already read this. Where each of us may be lacking in one area, together we can be a great author.
Either way.
Still, it doesn't seem possible for 10 people to write a coherent book. Hollywood movie scripts are often written by multiple people. It just depends on how you divvy it up. What's more, by managing the workload of each member, we can even work on multiple titles simultaneously. So as long as you do it right, this unique creative process ends up pretty productive. Exactly. I doubt any writer could do what we're doing. And I'm in charge of managing the members' schedules, which is something I'm great at. I used to be an editor, A former editor, huh? Well then, time to ask some questions. Zabungle says, well, if you had more, would you get more viewers and popularity if you invested money to make the stream better with more people helping? Yes. And here's the concrete evidence. In 2016, I stopped being I wasn't as prolific of a content creator anymore. And instead, I split my time up. I would only have one stream a day, and at night, I would be doing edited content. The edited videos, KO Gaming, the channel I created for that, blew up that year. I put effort into editing, and it exploded on YouTube. Why? Edited thumbnail, title that was pertinent to the video, sometimes admittedly kind of like clickbait, used all the styles, editing styles and things of everyone else who was popular, and it all worked, and it all took off just like nothing. It was like, zoop, immediately popular within like 2 months of doing it. I had videos that were getting, hundreds of thousands of views. It was ridiculous. But the thing is, like, that's not me. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, I would much rather sit here and chill with you guys and have a good, relaxing, interactive stream and play games than sit in front of a computer editing for, 12 hours a week. I would much rather just play games and have fun. That's me. Like, that's me. I grew up being a gamer. That's my hobby. I'm not a video editor. I'm not some kind of authority figure on games who wants to sit here and review stuff all day. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a guy, a gamer like you. So even though it was fun and it got popular, quite frankly, I like what I do right now much better than that. And that's why I don't think I'll ever really do anything like that. Ever again. Okay, let's continue. So, ask about the stolen ideas. I hear that some of your ideas are plagiarized. Can you tell me what happened with that? So, it was about a half a year ago. We were in the midst of polishing a manuscript that we had just finished. A new mystery novel came out, and it immediately became a hot topic because the one trick which was depicted in the story The thing is, it was nearly identical to the manuscript that we were polishing.
In other words...
So another author beat you to the punch. Yeah, and then when we published ours later, we were accused of plagiarism.
Does that mean...
Any chance it was a coincidence and the contents just happened to be similar? That's pretty hard to imagine. Because it wasn't just the trick that I mentioned earlier, it was also the setting, the structure, even character traits. They were almost all exactly the same. So too many similarities for it to be mere coincidence. Not if there are dozens of them like that. You could only say it was a coincidence if there had been one thing. What the readers saw could definitely not be called a coincidence.
I see.
Alright, I get it. And it wasn't just that one book that plagiarized us. The same author put out 3 more books after that in succession, all with ideas that were just like ours. I should ask about the author that's plagiarizing them. Yeah, you gotta wonder, is it one of their... See, this is the problem. It's not just one author. Any one of them could try to run off with the ideas and make money for themselves, so is that what's happening here? Okay.
By the way...
Could you tell me more about the author you think is stealing your ideas? His name is Suguru Futaba. His first novel was published more than 10 years ago, and it was a decent hit at the time. He even won an award in some mystery novel contest, but after that his book seemed to go nowhere. People said he was a one-hit wonder. But then all of a sudden, that one-hit wonder comes out with a new book that turns into a famous bestseller. Right? And then that book is nearly identical to one of ours that we had yet to release. So one after another, Mr. Futaba continued to publish books that closely resemble what we were already working on. All of them bestsellers, and now people think he's this miraculous comeback. I mean, if you're so suspicious of the guy plagiarizing you, why not just sue him? I did think about that, but if we took this to court, we might have to reveal the secret of Kazuto Jumonji. I think it'd be hard for us to tell the truth in court while also hiding how we write, don't you? Yeah, it probably would be. You know, it could be that the author is fully aware that you're powerless to take him to court, and that's why he steals from you. You know, see, I don't know how the Japanese court system works, but I think that in America, if you are in a legal situation where your trade secrets may become exposed as a part of a trial, they would actually seal the trial. Like, they would actually make it so that the trial records were behind... Well, the trial happens behind closed doors. Yes, there's documentation of it, but those get sealed for a certain period of time so that no one can find out your trade secrets or whatever as a result of that trial going down. Just think about this. What if there was a company that had a completely unique way of, I don't know, making a sealant for a machine part, and it was revolutionary. It changed the way that parts are used in factories. But then someone else all of a sudden had the same sealant. It's like, wait a minute, you're infringing on us. But if you go to court, you don't want to reveal the secret of your sealant. So what they would do is close the records, you see? I'm pretty sure they do stuff like that. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they do that, okay? Okay. Oh, good evening, good evening, D-Man Gaming. Good evening, Kevin. I see some people showing up. How you guys doing? Very nice. Okay. Now, it could be the author is fully aware you're powerless to take him to court, and that's why he steals from you. So that would mean that the author knows they're a group of people impersonating one. And I'm curious if that's the case then. Could it be one of them, right? If that's true, it would be completely infuriating. Ugh, unforgivable. Okay. I heard you've already asked other detectives to look into this matter. Yes, there's been 3.
Does that mean?
Well, what kind of investigations did they conduct? They looked for ways to hack us or whether our room was bugged. They tried really hard, but they couldn't really find anything. None of them came up with anything? No, and yet our ideas kept being stolen. Really gotta wonder how in the world it's being done. This could be a tough nut to crack if the perp's already evaded 3 different detectives. Huh. Alright. Thank you, and that's all very useful information that you provide.
Excuse me.
I'd like to proceed with this investigation by collecting even more info. Is it alright if I interview other authors too? Yes, please do. I've already asked them to cooperate with you. That's great. I appreciate that. Okay? Alright, time for a recon mission. So we gotta talk to the other authors in the office, huh?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm a detective. My name is Yagami. Can I ask you a few questions? Yagami-san, Okazaki-san told me about you. I'm Takashi Hojo. In the world of Kazuto Jumonji, I do the science and military research, plus security for the office. And I'm Ayame Satu. I research Western mythology and civilization, and you might say I'm the fantasy buff, too. We're here to look into spy activity, aren't you, Yagami-san? We've been taking measures against spies ourselves. What kind of measures? We set up a hidden camera to catch anyone who tries to sneak in. We actually already had a security camera, but we felt it wasn't enough. After all, we were still getting our information stolen, even with locked doors, too. At this point, we figure we just gotta outsmart this perpetrator. So there's nothing in the security footage? Nope, and no evidence of a break-in either. See, it's gotta be one of them, right? It's gotta be one of them then. Which sucks, because how do you narrow it down out of 10 people? Still, the information is getting stolen. It's still so flippin' weird.
By the way,
have you taken any anti-hacking measures? Of course. With so many leaks, we started keeping our writing computers offline.
I see.
Well, that sounds like a good move. Any chance of the leak coming from memory devices which get taken outside? I doubt it. We strictly prohibit anyone from removing devices like USB memory sticks. I remind people of that all the time, too. I haven't gone so far as to search their bags, though. I don't feel the need to do that. At the end of the day, we trust our members. Alright. Enough of this fucking idiot. Look at this guy's fucking name in the chat, man. Get rid of this fucking idiot. Jesus. Oh, give me a headache. Act like fucking 4-year-olds, some of these people. Alright. No chance of information being leaked and low chance of any burglaries. Alright, thank you for your cooperation. So they didn't help at all. They literally didn't help in any way, shape, or form. I'm seeing a pattern here tonight. A lot of unhelpful people.
Excuse me.
A shaggy-haired young man. He looks way too happy. Hello? Why is he laughing? This is going to be a masterpiece. I'm a genius. Once Manabe-kun gets into the zone, he can't hear anything. Talking to him right now won't do you any good. Oh, yeah? He's so skilled at fleshing out characters, he just really breathes life into them. This guy's gonna be awesome. He'll provide a foil to the protagonist's weakness to boot. Nice. Who knew the hero had a sidekick to this character? It's like finding gold in the river. He does look absolutely full of life when he works. Honestly, he's a character himself. To be unable to hear anything, that's another level of focus. Just punch him in the back of the head. I'll get his attention.
Excuse me.
Can I ask the rest of you some questions? Oh, Mr. Detective on the prowl. I'm Mikuru Mashiyama, by the way, author of many a cell phone novel. You know, books originally written on a phone.
Yagami.
Oh, interesting. I'm Takayuki Yagami. Nice to meet you. I'm Takayara Ayahara. Seriously? No, it's Takayara. No. We gotta try this again. I completely misread. Takara Ayahara. It's still rhyming. Takara Ayahara. What a name. Anyway. He says, I may not look at... I used to be a screenwriter for The Dunce, the period drama. Yeah, I wrote episodes 5 through 7. You remember that priest joke Nobunga tells? Ayahara-san, maybe it's time to save the tour of your career for later. I'm Makoto Nishimura, and since we're sharing, I was mostly a light novel author, so, you here to ask us something?
Yep.
I am. I want to know if any of you have seen anything suspicious. Anything suspicious? Nah, I can't think of any. Me neither. Well, actually, there's one thing I noticed. I think Mikuru-chan changed her shampoo recently.
Huh?
Excuse me? Could it be that you found someone special, Mikuru-chan? Ayahara-san, please. Enough with the near sexual harassment. Hey, by the way, is this meeting a space for you all? Is this a meeting space for you all? Excuse me. Yes, it's a nice place to get refreshed, especially because talking to young women can be so exhausting. I wish you wouldn't talk about this space like it's some cabaret club. We haven't used this space for actual purposes, like idea meetings. And yes, even some random chit-chat at times. That's so true. We do lots of amazing brainstorming here.
I see.
Okay, so you all bounce ideas off each other in here. Oh yeah, and Kazuto Jumonji wouldn't exist without these brainstorming sessions. We share our ideas, we play to each other's strengths, and we polish everything up for each other. In fact, we were doing that right before you started asking your questions. And we'll go right back to it when you're done.
By the way.
By any chance, do these brainstorming sessions take place at the same time every day? Yeah, why not? Why do you ask? Well, if details of your work are being discussed, those sessions are a chance for someone to eavesdrop. And it would be even easier if you guys are meeting at the same time daily. It's a good point. You hit something. You hit on something there. What a deduction. I just drank all my water. All right, in about 15 minutes, we'll take a break and I'll go refresh because I'm going to be thirsty. Anyway, one that I've deduced myself, I've always thought this place is bugged. But it can't be. Don't you remember? They never found any evidence of that. Yeah, since 3 detectives already came and didn't find anything, it probably wasn't a bug. But if these guys are having regular idea meetings, surely a plagiarist would see them as an opportunity. What the hell? What was that, a gunshot? Oh, not again. That was probably the damn neighborhood pranksters.
Huh?
Pranksters? Yeah, just a bunch of local kids lighting up firecrackers and making trouble. Probably playing cops in Yakuza. You guys remember the last time we heard firecrackers? It was when another detective was here. That detective also thought that it was a gunshot. Not surprising a sound like that makes people think of gang warfare. Even with the Tojo clan gone, this is still Kamurocho. Firecrackers. Last heard when a previous detective was here? That's interesting. Yeah, that means there's got to be a tie. There might be. So let's think about this. There's a detective here investigating the plagiarism. Someone finds out the detective's here and sets off a firecracker. Could the firecracker be a way to give them a heads up that the detective's here to, like, oh, hide something or play it safe. Don't do the risky thing now because there's a detective looking into it. Maybe that was a signal. And you know what? Who the hell is this crammed in the corner on the phone right now at the same time that the firecracker went off? Hello, Tyrone. How are you? Derek, no, I never really played pranks with my friends. I thought they were quite cruel. Looks like she's on the phone. I see. Can't make it, huh? Alright. Well, get some rest. Bye. Sigh. Oh, hello.
It's Yagami.
Yagami's the name. I'm a detective. I'm Remy Makita. I'm in charge of the love stories mostly. Sorry you heard that. Bit embarrassing for me. No, I apologize. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on you. I was talking to Masamichi Ishinose, one of the other members of Kazuto Jimonji. He's not coming to work today? No. He's kind of fickle. He had a habit of feeling down, so he's absent pretty often. He likes to come in out of the blue and surprise us, only to take off for another 2 months.
Does that mean...
Does he have an actual illness? Perhaps. The kind of illness that makes you play games in your room all day. What?
I see.
I see. So that sounds difficult to deal with. So basically, he's lazy. He doesn't like to come to work, but then when he comes to work, all of a sudden maybe he'll have like a big revelation and add to the plot, and then he takes off again for 2 months. But then he takes money. Wow. Kevin says, are we still doing more Lost Judgment, or when are we getting Super Monkey Ball or a new game? No, we're totally not playing Lost Judgment anymore, Kevin. As you can see, this is Yagami, the greaser guy who goes around to book writing sessions and ask questions. Not Lost Judgment anymore. So when are we getting Monkey Ball? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the continuation of Super Monkey Ball. Okay. Sure is, but he's got the talent. He comes up with ideas nobody else could. Fresh worldviews, mind-blowing plot devices. He's good at unpredictable twists, too. If only he weren't so unstable, sometimes he could be in a slump for half a year. Maybe that's just how geniuses are. I don't know. I wish I could I wish we could have a stable genius. Anyway, I'm sort of his caretaker for some reason. But I can't criticize him. If I were ever to chide him even a little, he'd go into a slump. What a handful. I can see you're having a hard time. Jeez. Could he have something to do with it? I think that's all of them. Now let me step back and figure out exactly what I know for now. Chances seem pretty damn low that any wiretaps, hacks, or accidental leaks took place, so that leaves... How are things, Yagami-san? Did you find anything? No, nothing decisive yet. There's only one way I can think of for the book ideas to leak. I suspect it's not because of an outsider. Should I tell Okazaki-san? It would be careless for me to make claims without any evidence.
Either way.
Are you sure there's only one member absent today? I see only 8 people here. Oh, really? Who's missing? I think Sanada-kun went up on the roof. Oh, yeah, that's him, all right, because I don't see him. All right, he went up on the roof. That's fine. I'll talk to him later. All right. Okay. Yeah, definitely February will be a great month for gaming, Mark. Derek says, when I was a kid, did I play video games all day in my room? Usually, no. I was allowed to play games, but I wasn't allowed to play them, like, non-stop all day long. Like, I think my parents felt that if you're just sitting around playing games the entire day without doing anything else, it could lead to bad stuff. So, no, I wasn't allowed to just play them non-stop. But I did play them usually weekends. Usually weekends, if there's no schoolwork to do or anything, then I was given a lot more time to play video games. Of course, as I got older, I went to arcades on the weekends. Here we are. You're Yagami-san, right? Yep. Yes, I'm going around asking everyone questions. Can I count on your cooperation too, Sanada-san? Questions? Of course, I'll be happy to cooperate. My name is Kenichi Sanada. I'm in charge of structuring in Kazuto Jumonji. What do you mean by structuring? Like drawing a blueprint of the story. I make adjustments to the ups and downs of the drama, and I set up the foreshadowing. I kind of understand, but not really. For example, changing the order of the episodes or making a character's backstory stronger. Little tweaks like that can make a difference in how fun and readable a story is. So my role is to keep a bird's eye view on the whole story and analyze where we can make those improvements.
I see.
I see. I'm starting to get the idea.
By the way...
So, Sanada-san, have you noticed anything suspicious from the office lately? Suspicious? Actually, yes.
Huh?
Oh, really? Can you tell me about it? What's going on? Why is he hesitating? Why is he hesitating? Is he hiding something? What's back here? Hold on. He has treasure. I think he has a big treasure chest back here. He doesn't want me to see it. Look at that. Here it is. The treasure. Cloudy paint. Alright, it's not much treasure. What are you hiding back here, asshole? Nothing? There's really nothing here. Look. You son of a bitch. This is all his plan. It made it look like he was blocking something, so I came back here to investigate. He runs. He runs away down the street. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm out of here. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, actually, I can't wait to take a break. I want to stretch my legs, too. I need to stretch my legs badly. Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Can you tell me what you saw that was suspicious? I'm not eager to share. I'm not exactly something I want another person to know.
Please.
The detective is bound to confidentiality, so I won't share anything you tell me with anyone. Fair enough, I'll tell you then. I'm going to be totally straight with you, Yagami-san. I suspect one of the 10 riders is actually the spy.
Huh?
Oh, boy. I believe someone on the inside is telling our ideas to someone on the outside. I can't say I wasn't thinking about that possibility, but...
Excuse me.
Sanada-san, is there a reason or any evidence that will lead you to believe that? I have no evidence, but I do have a concrete basis for my belief. The truth is that a few members of Kazuto Jumonji are thinking about going independent.
Does that mean...
You mean start over as single authors again? Yes. They must have finally regained their confidence because of all the hits that we've had as Kazuto Jumonji. Now they think they can get out on their own and write books that'll actually sell. So why don't they just do it instead of selling ideas to an outsider? What's the point of that? Well, I mean, we're in a situation here. How should I explain it first? The members of Kazuto Jumonji have signed a contract that prohibits them from going independent for 5 years.
What?
A 5-year contract? That's pretty long. Well, the whole intent of the contract was that each of us would focus all our energy on Kazuto Jumonji. In exchange for accepting the severe restrictions, we'd all receive regular royalties. You don't have that type of thing as a single author where you're at risk of enduring long, moneyless periods in the publishing schedule, as well as your own slumps. I see, so that's another benefit of working in a group with other authors. Yes, it's a huge benefit, one which would disappear after they're independent from Kazuto Jumonji. Remember, we envisioned all the works by Kazuto Jumonji to remain the property of Kazuto Jumonji, the corporate entity. Ah.
I see.
So that makes it hard to strike out on your own. Yes, but if Kazuto Jumonji were to break up completely, that would be a different story. The contract stipulates if such a thing were to happen, each author would continue to receive an equal share of the royalties. So here's what I now believe. One of the authors, wanting to be independent, is selling info to someone on the outside just to make us suspicious of each other. This author is trying to bring about the breakup of Kazuto Jumonji. And this is why you think the suspect has to be someone on the inside. I'm not totally convinced that the motive would make sense. Who are the members who want to become independent? I'm sorry, after all I just told you, I can't bring myself to sell out my own co-workers. Darn. Man. Okay. Yagami-san, I like the work we do as Kazuto Jumonji, and I don't think I can take it on my own. Make it on my own. A breakup is something I desperately want to prevent. I hope you can use your investigation to shine a light on the truth. I get it. You can leave the rest to me. Thank you. All right. Oh. I need some water. The issues are pretty complex for this little group of authors known as Kazuto Jumonji. Are you done talking to Sanada-kun?
Yep.
Yes, we finished up just now. You know, Yagami-san, there was one thing I neglected to tell you, and it might turn out to be nothing, but... Well, tell me, something trivial could even turn out to be a clue in the investigation. Well, it's about an odor. An odor? Yeah, the authors have been complaining about a strange smell lately. It wafts in from nowhere and then disappears before we can track it.
Does that mean...
What sort of smell is it? Ass! No, I would say oily. It smells like oil. Almost like if you left out some meat for a while. The kind of oily, rancid smell. Oh! Come on. A rancid meat? It never comes during meals, and there's never trash or anything on the floor. We don't know where it could be coming from. Rancid meat! Yeah, pretty puzzling. Sorry, this probably has nothing to do with your investigation.
No.
No, all the hints are valuable, so I'll start paying attention to any smells in the air. I hope there are more good ones than bad. Mysterious odor? What could it be? I know. It's that guy with the weird fisherman's hat has a big turd stuck in his ass that's been festering for many months, and everyone can smell it. Yes! It's the old festering man. They called them all fester turds. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Where am I? What the fuck? I'm on the wrong floor, I think. Where's the place? Oh, okay. Okay. Please feel free to look around the office. I already told the authors to keep it out of your way. Alright, time for a good look around. The most interesting location is the meeting space where they exchange their ideas. They say no bugs or wiretaps are ever found there, but maybe they missed something. That unidentified odor, I hope I can actually find out where it's coming from. Alright. So what I should do, because I'm very, like, my lips are dry and my tongue, I'm thirsty as shit. I think what I'll do here, let's walk over here and save up. And then let's investigate this room and see what we can find in this room. Alright, good stuff.